who might not know me, my name is Denise Allison, and I help entrepreneurs create their own social media content so they can attract their perfect customers in less time. All right, so today's show is called Upgrade Your LinkedIn Profile in 15 Minutes. So, really, what I want to talk about today is a few changes that you can make or things that you can do so that when people land on your LinkedIn profile, all the information is one there, but that it also makes sense and is presenting you in the best way possible. So if you haven't grabbed my free LinkedIn guide yet, I'll be putting the link below so you can head over there and grab it. So it's everything you need to know about getting started with LinkedIn, or maybe you've been on LinkedIn for a while and have neglected your LinkedIn profile and your LinkedIn presence. So this will help you get started on the right foot with growing your LinkedIn profile. All right, so I'll be putting the link below and you can head over and do that. So let me know in the comments. Let me know if you are on LinkedIn. So let me know yes. And let me know if you've neglected your profile or your presence for a while. So you can maybe put a sad face if you have been doing that. So let's get right into today's content. So I know I'm guilty and I've done this at times, and that is really not taking the time to put into LinkedIn, even though that is a really great place where I get a lot of leads and where I get a lot of customers. So if you do business B2B, or you're working with entrepreneurs or other professionals, then you absolutely should be taking the time to create a LinkedIn presence, because chances are your ideal customers are there, and it's a great platform to network and get to know other entrepreneurs and professionals, and the concentration of people there who are ready to have business relationships is much higher than, say, on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, because there's way more people, but you have the masses there, so it's a little bit more targeted. So when you go to your LinkedIn profile and you're like, oh my goodness, my profile is embarrassing, I don't even want to give you the link. I don't want to show it to anyone because it's not accurate. The picture of me is from when I graduated university, and nothing really presents me in the best light possible. So what I want to do with you today is walk you through a few simple things that you can do to just get going and make your profile ready to put out there. So the first thing you want to look at is your headline. There we go, your headline. Now, what happens is LinkedIn is going to default your headline to what your current job title is. So, for example, if I didn't change mine, it would say something like CEO and founder of Strategro. And I mean, that is great, but it's not really the best use of your headline. So the reason is this is not really giving your ideal customers or people who are interested in working with you the clearest picture of what it is you do, because people are going to say, okay, what the heck is Strategro, and how can Denise help me achieve my goals and overcome the challenges that I'm facing? So instead, mine says live video creator, social media strategist, comedian, speaker, and then a little bit more about the projects that I am working on. So it gives someone who lands on my profile a much clearer picture of what it is I do and what I might be able to help them with. So this shows up in search results. So if you're either searching for someone's name or even looking through the people you may know, it's going to say the name, and it's also going to say the headline. So take advantage and put something that's attention catching, but that also is like a one sentence, or mine's even like a few disjointed words, not really a sentence, but it helps the reader see what it is that you do. So make sure that you are not letting LinkedIn default to it, because for most of us, especially if we're entrepreneurs saying that we're the CEO and founder of such and such company, while we're very proud of that, the name of our company probably doesn't mean anything to somebody who lands on it. All right. So number 2 is your cover photo. And so a lot of people I've noticed on LinkedIn leave this blank or they don't make the best use of it. But what happens when you leave it blank is you're kind of giving off this impression of, oh, like this is what I would think. I would think, oh, this person hasn't taken the time to put in a cover photo. So obviously they don't care about LinkedIn and they don't spend much time on LinkedIn. So am I really going to take the time to connect with them and go and start a conversation? Now, this is kind of like a subliminal thing that people are going to think, but it is reality. If you're leaving that blank, it's kind of saying, oh, I don't really care about LinkedIn, right? So your cover image gives you a great opportunity to share more about you, more about your business, and more about what you do with the people that you're interacting with on LinkedIn. So there really isn't a one size fits all of what you should put there, but there are lots of things that you could put there. So I'll give you a few examples. So this could be where you share more information about your business. So I've seen plenty of people do this well, and they have more of a logo of what their business is, all of the details, so what it is they do, phone numbers, and what have you. So they do something like that where the information is presented there visually. You could also point to an upcoming event that you are hosting or involved in. So if you're speaking at an event, you might share that there. You could have a photo of you actually speaking. That's what I have on mine right now, is just a photo of me up in front of an audience, but something that kind of points to what you do. If you're like you're a plumber, maybe you put a picture of you fixing up pipes. So giving people a visual way to see what it is you do. Or I've seen other people do this, and it's like various pictures of them. There's a few points of what it is they offer. But there are lots of things that you can do, and maybe the best way to figure out what works best is to do a little bit of research, see what other people are doing, and see how you might be able to take that idea and make it customized to you. One thing that I want to note that's really important is this, and that is that your cover image is going to be partially covered by your profile image. Now, we're not really talking about profile images today because I assume that you know that you need a profile image. Profiles that don't have an image and they just have the blank thing that ends up being your initials, they get many less people accepting their request, and they also get less people asking to requesting to connect with them, because people want to see a face. They want to be able to put a face to a name. So definitely make sure you have a profile picture, and that profile picture is current. I don't want you 10 or 20 years ago, and I also don't want to be so photoshopped that you're like, huh, that's not what you look like. But anyways, that's not really the point of what I'm trying to say here. The point I'm trying to make here is that your profile picture is going to block part of your cover image. Now, when you're on a desktop, the profile photo is going to block the the left side of your cover image. So if you have text down in that side or something important, don't, because it's going to be covered. People aren't going to be able to read it, and it's really going to be a waste of whatever it is that you put there. Now, on a mobile, the cover or the profile picture is going to cover the cover image in the center. So again, don't put anything really important. Don't put your phone number there or your email address, because people can't see through the image. So don't put the important things there where it might be blocked. So keep that in mind when you are creating your cover image, and if you're adding some of those details to it. All right, so that's your cover photo. Number 3 is your summary. Now, this is something that is something, again, that I see people either not putting anything or they're really not using the space well. So your summary is another opportunity for you to stand out, to share more about what you do in your business and how you help your clients or your customers. So don't fall into the trap of thinking that this needs to sound super corporate or boring or like a cover letter that you might send. It's really, when it comes down to it, I want you to think about it as an about you section. So you might have an about you section on your website, and if it's a great about you blurb, then put that on your LinkedIn profile. If it's not great, then write something else. But really, you want to share how you help people, how you're different, a few things about you and what you offer. Again, there's not just one way to do this, but I've seen a lot of people just not do it well, and it just really reads like a resume. And I know that's kind of the perception that people have of LinkedIn, is that it's supposed to be corporate and it's a place to post your resume, but it's not. You want to make it dynamic and you want to make it exciting where people want to reach out. They say, oh, that is exactly what I need at this point in time. So you want them to click on the message button and send you a message and say, I'd love to learn more about what you do. Let's work together. So take the opportunity to write that in a style that fits with whatever your brand is, but that also is shares with the people who land on it what it is you do and how you can help them. All right. So it gives your profile something that helps you stand out, like it's not the same as everything else that you land on LinkedIn. All right. So that is your summary, or how I like to think about it, the about you section. So mine, I try to make it a little bit fun. I started off. So really what happens is you're only going to see the first two lines when people land on your profile. And if that's interesting enough, they're going to click see more. So I start mine and it says, you're most likely to find me petting a dog, drinking coffee, or telling jokes. It's something along those lines. And then I share more about me as a business owner and how I help my clients. And then I finish it off with jokes, 5 cents. Now, no one has asked me for a joke yet, but I have some ready to go in case people do. All right, so if you want a really cheesy joke, then just ask me. All right. Okay. Now, bonus tip number 4 is the it's the little summary section right beside your name. So this says what company you're currently working at. It says your education. It says like 500 plus connections. Like most people I connect with have plenty more than 500. So I wonder if they will change that at some point, because it doesn't really tell you anything useful. But the point is this, that you want, where it says the business section, you want it to actually link to a company page, and you want the logo from the company page to show up. So if you're a business owner, you've possibly set up a company page. Now, company pages are not my thing, and don't ask me any questions about it, because I am personally not really using mine other than the fact to link to it. But I do have an expert coming on my show in a couple of weeks where we can talk about it there. So if you have questions, yes, ask them, but I won't be the one answering them. But anyway, yeah, so here's what I'm trying to say. I'm like getting off topic. Basically, here's what you want to do when you write in the place where you work currently. So you go down, you don't actually do it right from there on the side. You're actually going to go down into like your current work experience. And when you write in the name of the company you're at, it's going to give you like some drop downs. If you've created a company page, it's going to give you some drop downs. So you want to click on that so that it links to it inside of your profile, and that it shows the logo. It gives you way more legitimacy, where people can see, like, even if they're not thinking it, it's another of those subliminal things where if they see the company name that they can click on and the logo, it just gives you a little bit of extra legitimacy on your profile, as opposed to if it is just a blank, like a blank icon that they put, if it doesn't actually link to a page that they recognize inside of LinkedIn. So even if you don't plan on using your company page, create one just for the sake of being able to link it and to put your logo so that it can link back to it. It looks much better than having the blank one, as I said. So that's your bonus tip, to go ahead and create that so that you're linking back to your business. All right, so those are the tips today. So go ahead and make a custom headline that isn't the default of your current job title. Number 2, create a cover photo that contributes to your overall brand and gives your audience some further information about you and your business. Number 3, your summary. Use it as a fun way to describe yourself and tell your ideal customers how you can help them. And number 4 is making sure that your current profile is linking to your company page so that it can link back, show the logo, and look a little bit more legitimate. So I hope this helps you really get started with your LinkedIn presence. And I hope that you're going to go in there today, do all those things, and then just start nailing out LinkedIn and being awesome on LinkedIn and taking full advantage of it if you are someone who works with entrepreneurs or professionals. So for anyone who wants to learn more about using LinkedIn as an entrepreneur, I have a free guide and I'll be putting the link below so you can head over there and grab that. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who come on and join me and listen to what I have to say. And I'll see you all on Thursday for another episode of the Art of Online Marketing live show.